MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
I've got new details about the arrest of one of Montana Tech's athletic department staff members.
A house explosion caused by a propane leak in Big Sky left one woman injured. I'm Kristen Merkel, and I'll tell you what the Big Sky Fire Department is saying about the incident and how you can protect your home.
Good Tuesday morning, Southwest Montana, 6 o'clock on this nice and warm spring Tuesday. It's going to be a really nice day. I'm really excited for it.
It's going to be lovely outside. I mean, yesterday was absolutely beautiful around Bozeman. I mean, walking the dog, I had a coat on, but oh my gosh, I was kind of getting hot with the coat.
I know. I rolled down the windows when I was driving around town, so it was nice.
It was absolutely beautiful, and today is going to be another one of those absolutely gorgeous days. Now, just take a look at Futurecast. It's no clouds in the sky for now, so if you're heading out the door, maybe a coat, not a bad idea while that sun isn't in the sky. But as you can see, moving throughout the day, well, there's not going to be a lot of clouds, period. Maybe a few scattered here and there, but not too much to detract from that beautiful, nice, bright sunshine. I mean, look at this. In the Bozeman area, we might be hitting 60 degrees come 5, 6 o'clock tonight. Butte in the mining city, high 50s are in store for you today. And again, that sunshine is going to be consistent out there. Now, talk about inconsistency now. We're going to be looking at the 7-day forecast. This is where we really start getting our first taste of a true spring week in Southwest Montana. In the mining city, similar picture, but that might even come tomorrow in the Butte area. We're going to delve more into that 7-day forecast in about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Jane. Looking forward to it. Well, a second trial is now set for the man who is accused of killing 2 brothers in Three Forks. As you might remember, last summer, a jury was only able to return a partial verdict in the case against Zachary Norman. The jurors were unable to reach a verdict on the homicide charges. Norman is accused of shooting and killing Brendan and Chase Esterbrook back in January of 2022. Now, Norman is being retried, and the new trial is set to begin on April 17th. According to the Attorney General's office, which is handling the prosecution, both sides have agreed to a bench trial. That means that there will be no jury. The judge will hear the case and issue a verdict. We have new information on the arrest of a Montana Tech Athletic Department staff member. Our John Amy has the details.
Charging documents allege it was a U.S. postal inspector who noticed a suspicious-looking package being delivered to a residence here in Butte, and this led to several felony drug charges being filed against a staff member of Montana Tech's athletic department. Nicholas Bowser, who is Montana Tech's Associate Athletic Director, faces 6 felony counts of criminal possession of dangerous drugs with intent to distribute, along with other felonies in Butte District Court. He was arrested March 20th after a U.S. Postal Inspector contacted authorities after noticing a package with a suspicious address being mailed to Bowser's home at 1125 West Gold Street. With the assistance of the Montana Division of Criminal Investigation, the package was opened and about 1,800 pills of suspected illegal MDMA were found in it, according to the affidavit. Authorities were granted a search warrant of Bowser's home and allegedly found other illegal drugs in a locked box, including cocaine, psilocybin or LSD, and ketamine that police suspect were kept for distribution. Charging documents also allege methamphetamine and crack cocaine were found in the residence. Investigators determined a young child resided in the home, and Bowser also is facing a felony charge of endangering the welfare of a child. Montana Tech is aware of the arrest of Bowser, but will not comment further on this since it is a personnel matter. Bowser, who is jailed on $500,000 bond, is expected to be arraigned on these charges in Butte District Court. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
Today marks 1 week since the deadly bridge collapse in Baltimore. Crews are continuing to work around the clock to remove the wreckage after a container ship crashed into the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It shut down one of the busiest ports in the U.S., and there's a long road ahead, but there are signs of progress. Our CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
For the first time since the deadly Maryland bridge collapse, a boat trapped in the port of Baltimore passes through a new temporary channel. Monday, the U.S. Coast Guard dropped buoys in the Patapsco River, marking the alternate route to allow smaller, essential vessels to get around the massive wreckage.
Definitely debris in the water. That's a big concern.
It comes as crews work around the clock to chop up and remove pieces of the mangled bridge trapped on the Dolly container ship.
The scale of this project, to be clear, it is enormous. And even the small lifts are huge.
Crews also need to remove debris to reach the bodies of 4 construction workers presumed killed in the collapse.
These girders are essentially tangled together, intertwined, making it very difficult to figure out where you need to eventually cut.
It is a mangled, cantilevered mess.
Colonel Esty Panchason, Unified Commander of the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, says teams will scan underwater after each cut. Meanwhile, officials are bracing for potential storms in the coming days.
We've taken some precautions, put out 4 anchors on the stern of the vessel to make sure that it's not going to move in a storm.
As President Biden presses Congress to approve funding to pay for the cleanup and rebuild, the White House says he'll visit the site on Friday. The Small Business Administration is also stepping in to help mitigate the economic fallout of the shuttered port of Baltimore. Jared Hill, CBS News.
And state lawmakers in Maryland are also fast-tracking a bill to create temporary relief programs for the thousands of port workers and businesses that were impacted by the collapse. A hearing on that bill is expected sometime later today. And back a little closer to home, the victim of Friday's house explosion in Big Sky is still recovering this morning. Fire officials say that the explosion was caused by a propane leak, and propane is used throughout Montana, including much of Big Sky. RMTN's Kristen Merkel spoke with fire officials about the explosion and how to protect your home.
A propane explosion caused the fire that burnt down this Big Sky home right behind me and left one woman injured. And although propane explosions aren't entirely common, there are telltale signs there may be a leak in your propane tank.
What happened on Friday is the worst case scenario.
Friday, a propane explosion destroyed this house on Lower Cascade Ridge Road in Big Sky. Big Sky Fire Chief Greg Meagard says one woman was in the house at the time and escaped.
The occupant was flown to the Regional Medical Center in Idaho Falls. Don't know an update on her, but as far as I know, she is doing better.
A propane explosion occurs when leaked propane comes in contact with an ignition source. Meagard says the telltale sign you have a leak is the smell.
If you smell propane, if you can turn it off, get out of the property, turn all your heaters off. Obviously don't turn any light switches on, light candles, anything like that that would give a source of an explosion.
He says the fire department is no stranger to these types of leaks.
Most of the homes, if not all of them up here, run off propane. There's no natural gas, so we do get quite a few calls.
Meagard encourages anyone who is concerned about their propane leaking to call the fire department.
Anytime you smell, or you even think you smell propane, natural gas, whatever it is, don't hesitate to call. We'd rather come and there's not a problem than not.
The Big Sky Fire Department is actively working on the investigation into Friday's explosion with help from the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office. In Big Sky, Kristen Merkel, MTN News.
And as you might remember, a similar explosion like that happened over in Madison County. This is what's left of Laura Lee Sheehan's home over in Harrison. A propane leak caused the explosion on September 2nd, 2012 that not only destroyed the house, but it also severely injured Sheehan with burns over 70% of her body and much more serious injuries. She spent the last couple of years recovering. Sheehan is still in the area and is now the owner of Antlers Bar in Clyde Park.
Terrifying.
Pretty scary stuff, especially just with how many homes in the area have propane.
Right.
Definitely be, like in Kristen's story, don't be afraid to call the fire department if you need help. So
Absolutely a fact.
All right, before we go to break, I wanted to show you this adorable video of this gorilla that was actually born premature at the Dallas Fort Worth Zoo. This is Jamila.
Look at her.
Look, she's adorable. She was born on January 2nd via C-section.
Okay.
Her mom is a 33-year-old gorilla. So she had to be delivered by C-section because mom actually had preeclampsia, which is actually pretty common in humans and
And for gorillas.
And for gorillas. So luckily she is doing good. She's now 12 weeks old.
Look at her.
And she's actually moving over to Cleveland Metro Park Zoo, where her new friends and family are well adjusting to her. So pretty sweet to see that, and how cute.
It's amazing. I don't think I've ever heard of a gorilla having a C-section done by the vet techs and
Neither did
the vets at the
I also didn't know
zoo.
that like preeclampsia was a thing in gorillas either. So
No,
you learned something new this morning.
Learn something new every day.
On Montana This Morning, we're educational too. So
we're an educational program.
All right, time for us to take a quick break. We'll have more coming up in the next couple of minutes, and we'll take a closer look at our continuing series of part 2 of parental rights here in Montana. Our Ryan Gamboa has the full story coming right up.